would you guide for a young person who is trying to, do this design course? What would be your guidance? What would be your advice to him or her?
So my first advice would be that um, it's okay to not be sure of what you're doing in life. That is my
Okay.
first advice, because people do get very scared and taken aback when they think that, "Ki, what am I doing in life?" I mean,
Yeah.
so it's okay to not have a plan. It's okay to not have a plan. But nonetheless, contradicting to that,
Mhm.
it's always good to at least, start thinking about what you actually would want to do in design. So there are a lot of websites and a lot of, like the internet is filled with stuff.
Right.
So you can always go to Envision or, Interaction Design Foundation. So there are a lot of websites, and they have videos, they have, people talking about it. There are tutorials, a lot to understand. So like, I would suggest that first start going through that and find an area of interest in the beginning.
Okay. Hmm.
So when you finally, because design is also really vast. I
Yeah.
have also mentioned that there are like, there's visual communication, which is all about making visuals, and then there is video editing, there is animation, there is UI UX designing.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
I would say that people generally have one thing that they actually like doing.
Hmm.
If people could actually just watch videos or read a few books. Like, I always knew I wanted to do UI designing, so I started reading books on those. Started reading Don Norman's books on UX designing. Post that, I kind of had a path as to what I wanted to do. So
Okay.
once you have that ready, what you do next is then you start looking at courses.
Hmm.
What course would you want to go for? So even to go for that course, you need a prerequisite. So I mean, like, this is a physical prerequisite of, like, as I was saying, that you had to submit your mark sheets, your provisional certificate, all of that. But when it comes to like you doing designing and you are seeing the course, you have to understand as to what they're going to teach you. So it's very important
Even
that the
before you
course that
enroll
you
into a
select,
college, into anything, you should read
yeah,
beforehand. Okay.
yeah, you have to read as to what that course specifically, what is it offering you, and you have to go two steps back, read
Okay.
about all those, read about the curriculum. If you don't understand something, like, Google it, read more about it, read a few books. Then you'll be sort of confident if you want to take that or not. Even if you don't want to be, even if you don't want to take it, you can be confident about that too.
Understood.
And so
Okay.
so then that's what you do, and then you see as to what colleges are there that are offering it. Are there better colleges? What's the ranking, etc., etc.
I guess in traveling is also very important for designers to just have a look at the design nature has to offer, because
You're,
the
yeah, definitely. Traveling is important for designers, because one thing is that to go see, I mean, in India specifically, to go to
Mhm.
different places, because each place is so different from, you know,
Yeah.
the other. So if I go to some place in South India,
Right.
say I go to Tamil Nadu,
Mhm.
uh, I go in Tamil Nadu also. Let me be specific. If I go to, say, Rameshwaram, it'll be very different from Chennai, which is
Right.
also in
For
Tamil
sure.
Nadu.
Yes.
So it because people think very differently, and
Yeah,
the architecture is very different, because Chennai is a
exactly.
port, and Rameshwaram is like, it's a Hindu pilgrimage place.
Right. Yeah.
So it's very different. People come from different walks of life there also.
Yes.
So even if I take it down to that micro level and then make it a very macro level thing, you'll see that there's a lot of difference. So we take
Yeah.
Tamil Nadu as a whole, but when you look deep into it, it's
Yeah.
very
Dig
different.
deeper. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so because like, and it's very important for designers to understand as to how different people are from different places, which is why I feel
Okay.
traveling is very important.
Right.
Otherwise, architecture and just understanding as to what kind of thinking would have gone behind making these kind of temples. That's
Yeah,
also
that's
part of
true.
design. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Because I mean, I now if I like remember all those temples that I read about, saw about, I mean, they have such beautiful architecture, such beautiful designs. As to we have these
exactly.
hanging temples also, right? I mean, how did they design that? How did they make that?
Exactly. And a lot of places, I mean, the architecture is so amazing, and they use a lot of physics, and
Yes,
I mean, like they use extreme amount of physics behind it,
right,
which
exactly,
is which is crazy for, like, 18th century, 17th
exactly.
century. So that way, and these are not even like 18th and 17th century. Honestly, these are
Mhm.
like 10th century
Yeah,
AD
they're
and all of that,
ancient,
which is really
ancient. Yes.
exactly, which is like really old. So
Yeah, right, exactly.
just to understand all of that, also it really helps in your design. So a friend of mine,
Hmm.
her capstone project is all about bringing in these kind of architectures into your own home. How do you merge a modern home with these traditional architectures? So for her, this
Okay.
traveling was extremely important.
Of course, that was like the prerequisite to our whole capstone project, right? That was
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly. So she went to like 5, 6 places,
Hmm.
saw all the temples, understood about it,
Right.
understood the culture of that place, and then, integrated it in a modern home, which was like really beautiful.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, traveling is important for a few designers. It is extremely, I think it's
I wanted to ask you is how has the pandemic affected you professionally and personally?
uh okay. So basically, I think professionally, the pandemic, I think both ways it was kind of degrading for me. I mean, the pandemic had its own ups and downs for me. I mean, first 1, 2 months I was really happy that okay, I'm getting to stay at home.
Hmm.
After that, it kind of started taking a mental health toll on me,
Okay.
because I started spiraling down. And I had no kind of exercise, so there was extreme amount of weight gain. So that kind of again mentally affected me.
Okay.
And professionally, the thing about freelance designers, I mean, like, it takes
Hmm.
some time to make some kind of reputation in this whole field.
Okay.
For those who don't have that amount of reputation, it's very difficult to handle freelancing.
Okay.
So what happened was that I had 2, 3 clients who were really bad. I mean, they would degrade all your work. They would call
Mhm.
at any time of the day or night, make you
Okay.
work like endless hours, and the pay was extremely less. So basically, it's
Okay.
overworking with underpay.
Yeah.
So, but those experiences kind of, again, the plus point about this was that those experiences made me understand as to how to deal with clients actually.
Okay.
And one very important thing I learned was how to say no to
Right.
these clients.
Mm.
Because it's very difficult to say no, especially when you're trying to make your own name. You want to
Mhm.
grab every opportunity you have that's
Yeah.
coming your way. But there, like at one point, there's a breaking point, and that's when you have to say no.
Right.
And
Yes.
so it was like a lot of overworking and all of that. But the thing is, it has definitely got fruit to my
Yeah.
to all the hard work that we all as a team put in the present internship that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And the app is soon going to come out, and it's totally designed by me. So
Great.
an entire app. So basically, what all plans I had that I would want to do in the next 5 years, you know, an app that I have designed should be on App Store.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of that whole thing got crunched into 8 months,
Okay.
and that dream came true. But then it took a very bad physical and mental toll on me as well to get to that point. It's like to get to the top. you have to do
Right.
that whole climb, right?
Yes, you have to climb all the
And you
steps.
might,
Right.
yeah, and it'll be like, it'll be very draining, but then it's going up.
You're getting better at
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then because of the the draining, you feel that okay, I'm going down also, but it's all going to come back in some way.
Right.
So
That's true.
it has started coming back to me recently,
Hmm.
and like very grateful about it. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty bad as well. I
Right.
mean, there was a lot of gloominess, there was depression, and I think many people did face it in the pandemic. And
Yeah.
uh, touchwood, no one from my family as such had COVID.
Yeah.
I knew a
Mhm.
lot of friends whose family members had
Yes.
COVID, and it was, and they have lost family members due to COVID, and it
Exactly.
was really bad for them as well. So, happy about a few things, sad about a few things. So it's a very mixed emotion as to what has happened in the pandemic.
The pandemic has
Um,
really affected almost everyone, and that's one of the reasons I felt that this channel would be beneficial. Because I thought that everyone has these stories to tell. They have had a hard time, they have worked through a lot professionally,
exactly,
personally, and these are like these are things that people, it's good that people come out and tell. People want to know. People other than that want to know.
exactly,
They It gives you like a sense of one, it gives you like a sense of understanding as to how whatever is going through. And maybe if everyone goes through that, maybe we can understand that, we can go through that, it can make us better
yeah,
and stuff.
and relate. And one very important thing,
Yeah.
which is why I really support this channel, is that it's like you're not alone.
Yeah.
When people take different parts of life from the mundane stuff, and
Yes.
they end up
Yes.
doing something totally different in
Right.
the previous videos also that I have seen.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that okay, I'm not the only one who is out of the box. There are other people who are there with me and I can relate to.
Right.
So basically, yeah, that sense of just some kind of warmth that okay, so
Yeah.
okay, I'm not alone in this. There is someone else too with me.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
that's really amazing.
So, Mini, what does the future entail for you now that you're doing currently pursuing a master's and you will be
So
completing the semester? What does the future entail? What kind of careers do people take and can take in after their masters in design?
after doing masters in design, so people generally do masters to get more clarity about what kind of career path they would actually want to choose.
Yeah.
So even though me and my classmates, like all of us, are in UI UX designing,
Mhm.
there are a lot of people who are moving into visual communication post masters, because human centered design has, it's like everything. So it's the as the phrase suggests, human centered design. So
Yeah.
kind of has like it has everything in it.
Yeah.
I'm going in the UI field. My friend is going in the UX field. Another
Right.
friend of ours, she's going into the visual communication field.
Okay.
One of our friends, he's doing light design.
Light designing.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
designing chandeliers and
Amazing. I would like to
just
bring this guy over and
lighting.
ask him what he does.
Yeah, and especially in a place which has no sunlight, what kind of lighting can you put in that room to make that person not feel the void of sunlight?
Yeah, it
So
does
he's
not.
doing an
Right.
entire research about what kind of light would help. So very different. Everyone's
Right.
doing totally different things. So as I mean, like in the future, probably I'm looking at doing a PhD definitely,
Okay.
because um, I would want to become a full-time researcher. And then
Right.
probably later on, like I have this long lost dream of always working in Disney.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe you could do.
So
You could work in Disney.
yeah, always I've grown up. I think one of the main reasons why art was very special to me is because I grew up watching Walt Disney. I
Right.
grew up watching Finding Nemo and Monsters Inc. And these are movies which are
Yeah.
the fundamentals of why I've always wanted to get into art. and
Right.
through that it led into design and all of that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's the fundamental starting point of it all. So I would
Okay.
just come back home and like, draw those monsters and like,
Ah,
draw those
nice.
fish which I have seen in Finding Nemo. And so which is why going into Disney is like, I
Mm-hmm.
think like that's
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate goal
Right.
for me.
Great. Great. Thank you, Minnie. Thank you very much for doing this
Thank
with
you
us.
so
I
much,
think it's,
Abhay, for doing this actually, because it's
yeah.
really amazing.
Yeah, I really love to hear new ideas. I really love to hear about new areas, new fields such as the design field, because I'm in technology.
Like,
I always hear about technology. It's really great to
I
hear
I
something
always like
different.
reading up about technology though, like
Mhm.
what kind of new mobile technology helps design. I mean, like
Yeah.
these
Mhm.
are topics which are very debatable,
Yeah.
readable, and so yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. That's true. But of course, everything new that's coming up is made mobile first. It's so much easier for people to just record on mobile,
exactly,
work through their mobile. Smartphone has really changed the whole way we look at stuff, we design stuff, and
definitely,
things like that. So yeah, of course,
definitely.
everything has its pros and cons. So of course, this has
Yeah,
had
I
its own
mean the
cons.
cons will be there, but
Yeah,
I think this is what you call development.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, thank you very much,
So,
Minnie. Thank you very much for doing
thank you
this
so much,
interview.
Abhay. See you.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much for watching the second part of the interview with Minnie. This was the second part of my interview with Minnie. The first part is already on the channel. Do check that out. In the first part, we talked about how she got from IT to design, what is design to her, what did her undergraduate degree in SRM taught her, and what are the tests she gave, to get into Srishti, her current institute for masters in design. In this current second part of the series, we talked about what is the way in which people should make themselves, get themselves ready for applying to a design school. What are the future prospects once you have a master's in design, and what kind of work you do once you are done with design. If you want to reach out to Minnie, all the links are present in the description below. Do reach out to her if you want to. Do like, share, and subscribe these videos that I'm making. 70% of the videos viewers are not subscribed. I would really like all of you guys to subscribe so that you can see as soon as I put out content, so that you can see what I'm putting out. Meet more such people that I bring on the channel. Thank you very much.